This would be a good time to ingest some extra caffeine. Late night adventures on the gridiron, and we all know anything can happen when you kick off after dark. Welcome to Vaught Hemingway Stadium, home of the Ole Miss Rebels. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the South Carolina Gamecocks, taking on the 6th-ranked team in the land, the Ole Miss Rebels. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. And the Gamecocks will put toe to leather and will get started. On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Rebels offense will go on the attack first. We've got a battle that you two are going to love, and so is everybody else for that matter. High-octane offense, stone-wall defense. As they say, something's got to give, Jesse.
Yeah, this is a classic example here of the unstoppable force versus the immovable object, right? Something has got to give, and you really got to dive into the X's and O's in a game like this because every single individual matchup on the field matters when these two teams play each other.
Yeah, and these are just fun, right? Like great versus great. Like who's going to win and what style's going to prevail. Both these teams have been able to impose their will week after week on their opponents. Now, high-powered matchup. Who's going to get the win?
The Rebels have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. It's incomplete and maybe a little too aggressive from this senior trying to fit that one in there.
Well, on that last play, you'd like to see the quarterback be a little bit more accurate and give his guy a chance to make the play. That ball wasn't even close to his intended target's body.
And this is not the way they envision the opening drive going with the 3rd and long coming up. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that 3rd down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
And the Rebels will send out the punt unit. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Got it near midfield. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. The Gamecocks offense will try to get something started with their first possession. And it's often said quarterback is the most high-profile position in sports, and when you have a guy like this, how could it not be?
Yeah, he's the guy that the defense is going to be keying on. They've had all week long to watch film to get ready for him, but David, when you have his kind of athletic ability and his kind of arm talent, he is so difficult to stop.
Yeah, you can have all week, you can have all season. This guy is so dynamic at the quarterback spot. They trust him. They know what he brings to the table. This offense revolves around what he can do.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Off play action. Got it in the middle. It's Smith. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. Look, you can't take away everything, right? So you give them that and rally and make a solid tackle.
Yeah, and a lot of times in zone coverage, I like when I can get all the eyes on the quarterback. I like when I can see the routes and see him develop in the middle. And you could tell they had keys on the tight end. He wasn't going anywhere after he caught that football.
Here he goes breaking the pocket. Sweet cut there. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's 1st down.
And usually when a QB takes off and scrambles, it's because the defense didn't do a great job keeping lane integrity, not keeping him in the pocket, letting him get outside, and then he can do damage. Then it's the next play that you have to play instead of this just the original pass. So defense has got to do a better job keeping that guy in the pocket.
He leaves it with the back. Tough run, gets it into the red zone, and they knock him down at the 17. The Gamecocks with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. They'll leave it with him. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Now, a lot of times when you blitz that linebacker, it's about timing. You don't show your hand, and he gets up to the line of scrimmage, gets right through the line, makes the tackle for a loss.
And as soon as the running back gets the football, he's got a face full of linebacker.
Not much you can do there. Like, you got to have a little better block. You got to identify that blitz a little bit faster by the offensive line.
They'll run for it on 3rd and short. That defensive front just flat whipped them as they knock him down for a big loss.
When you play defensive end, it's all about getting off the football. You can tell, gets off the football really fast, gets in the backfield, gets the running back before he knows what hit him. What a play by the defensive end.
Now on 4th down, they'll settle for a field goal try. And it's no good. And the score will stay right where it is after that miss.
And sometimes I just feel like 4th down, man, just go for it every time. Like the field goal, miss, make, rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
Off play action on 1st down. Fires to the middle. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down. 2nd down coming.
And that's your goal. Separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job by the defender.
Still at their own 20 after that last incompletion. It's 2nd and 10. Quickly to the tight end. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
And that was a really good job by the defense. Again, keeping everything in front of you in that situation, and now you're rewarded with the 3rd and long. So on this down, we'll see if they bring some pressure or if they lay back and play zone.
It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He's going to throw deep right side. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable 3rd and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters and I know the pass is coming so I can have more success.
The Rebels line up to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Makes the signal, secures the fair catch, and they'll put it in play at the 37. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. Oh, they're after him! And he just threw that one away. Safe move, didn't see anything, lived to play another play. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Trying play action. Still on his feet. The Land Sharks circling. Crowd getting this defense whipped up on 3rd down. Scanning the field, it's Sellers. Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23.
Pretty nice as a defense, right? When you can go nickel, put 5 DBs on the field and not have to blitz anyone, trusting your front 4 to get the job done on 3rd down, and they do it right there, getting the sack.
And the Gamecocks will punt this one away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Fair catch is called for. You want to make sure that you field it cleanly in rainy weather like this. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. That's caught. It's Wallace. They stop him just short of the 1st down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up.
And frankly, if that's a completion, it's not going to make the end of season highlight reel. But in this game, it could lead to a highlight reel type play. The offensive coordinator may be setting something big up for later in the game.
And the Rebels have their whole playbook open here on 2nd and inches. Now the toss. And they'll ride him down, but not before he picked up the first down. And how about the timing on that pitch? The most mind-boggling stat from last season is that Ole Miss trailed for a grand total of 2 minutes all year long and somehow lost 3 games and missed the playoff.
Yeah, it was incredible, but it was a great year. You saw the line of scrimmages for Ole Miss really take over. Offense and defensive lines.
Oh, he's got some space. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening.
It was so important this offense was able to find a way to get in the rhythm, and the running game is now helping that. 2 straight punts on their previous 2 drives. This drive, though, they're having a little bit more success. Big reason why is this running back. He's been able to find some creases to run through, and it's really helping out this offense.
Looking to throw on first down. Caught behind the line. It's Taylor. Makes the grab, and it's enough for the first down before he's dragged to the ground.
This offense is just so dynamic because they've got playmakers at all the skill positions, right? We just saw a big play in the running game. Now we see one in the passing game. There's not one dude that you can key on here if you're on defense to try and slow them down.
The Rebels with the 1st and 10. He'll pull it on the read. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Rushes on him. Right on the money. He's guided out of bounds at the 12-yard line.
These third downs are so critical in deciding the outcomes of football games, especially when you start to get closer to the end zone. You drill it, you practice it. This offense needs to be dialed in, needs to be in rhythm, and needs to execute on this third down.
Shotgun snap on third down. Here comes the heat. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21.
Man, it didn't take long for the defense to get home on that play. You see them playing man coverage in the back end, slowing down the routes from the receivers and the rest of the offense. That forced the quarterback to have to hold on to it for just a split second longer, and they were able to get the sack.
And on 4th down, they'll try to put 3 on the board. And he'll envision the ball flight as he lines it up from the right hash and 38 yards out. And this one is perfect. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away. Here's the return from inside his 10. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. Back to pass, it's Sellers. They're going to need to get something started, finding themselves in a 3-0 hole.
Got like that big, reliable security blanket. And that's what tight ends are a lot of the times. They're just usually big, huge guys that if I throw it anywhere near him, he's going to pluck it, catch it, and give me some positive yards.
A little bit more to go after that last completion. They'll try to pick it up on 2nd down. To the ground with the back. Got the first down and more. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. It's year 5 now for Shane Beamer at South Carolina. The Gamecocks coming off their best season since 2013. Now the question is, what's a realistic ceiling?
And I think getting to that 10-win mark. Last year they had 9 wins, but the offense took off, and having a dude like Lenora Sellers, Jesse, that's a full...
There he goes! And they get him out of bounds after an explosive run, just chewing up yardage along the way.
I mean, what a huge gain for this offense. You're always trying to find ways to get your playmakers in space. And when you create a hole like that, Palmer, good Lord, anybody's going to be able to run through it. Then he just keeps chewing up those yards, makes the big play.
He's a difference maker, David, and he gets better as the game goes on. So that's great news at this juncture to kind of rip off a big run like that. But this is a guy that builds momentum as he goes. I'd be force-feeding this guy more as the game goes on.
The Gamecocks are threatening on 1st and goal. Nowhere to run, and down he goes after losing 6.
Well, the offense is trying to go with a trick play, and they're dialing up the reverse, but the defense had great eye discipline. They tracked the football from the running back to the receiver, and they were able to rally to him and make a big tackle for a loss.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down.
You've got great field position here. You got to pay it off. Who is your go-to receiver that can make a play in this situation?
Now 3rd and goal, and tough yardage to cover here. Dropping back, it's Sellers. Lets it fly. And he was trying to cash in the end zone in this red zone threat, but it's incomplete.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. 3rd and long, so hard to execute, especially when the field starts to shrink. But the good news is they got a field goal in their back pocket.
And here comes the field goal unit for the 2nd time tonight. And he'll try to knock it through from 33 yards out. He got it. And the kick is good. And guys, we have ourselves a tie ball game.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Quickly complete. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34.
Well, it's a nice job, too, of the quarterback after the play fake there, getting his eyes down the field. He had to get that to his tight end quickly, knowing he wasn't going to have a lot of space to run with after the catch.
Lining up from the 34 on 1st down. The give to the back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. They go to the ground.
A nice job being gap sound by this defense. And here you go. Watch what this offense does. They'll get right back on the ball, and they'll go really quick, so you got to be prepared.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. The short hands, it's Lee. And he's brought down after a nice gain. 3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmys and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
Taylor has it. Slithers into space. Got the 1st down and more. A huge pickup, knocked out of bounds at the 30, but they are in business. Both teams wanted to establish the run, and they have done exactly that in the 1st quarter. They fought to a standstill in the 1st. Let's see who gets the edge early in the 2nd. So after the break, they'll go back to work. They're going to ride this running back. On the Houdini-like moves, get it to the 22.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
They'll go to the ground. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And that's a great play by the defensive end. The best athletes on the field play defensive end. You can ask anybody. Yes, I agree, Jesse Reese. See, they agree with me. Same thing. But you watch them get off the football, make the play. That's why you put your athletes there.
And the Rebels are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Grab near the sticks. It's Lee. They make the stop, but not before he sets them up with a 1st and goal from the 10.
And I like it. 3rd down and short, and this offense stays aggressive. And now they're set up. Forget the field goal. We're not looking for 3 now. Now set up in a 1st and goal, trying to get a touchdown.
The Rebels trying to pay off the threat on 1st and goal. Wants to throw on 1st down. Trying to barrel in. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3.
This is the area of the field defensively. It really doesn't matter what they've done to get here. You got to blow up, try to force the field goal. Nice job on 1st down and goal, getting them tackled to the ground.
They've got it down to the 3. Now it's 2nd and goal. Unleashes to the end zone. Touchdown, Ole Miss. Quick strike through the air for the score. I don't know exactly what the defensive coverage was, but it certainly wasn't part of the plan to leave him that wide open.
Well, I don't think they know what their defensive coverage was either. How do you leave that big guy open down here in the red zone? You know the quarterback loves the big tight ends in this area. Really poor job by the defense.
The AT unit on the field. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. They march 79 yards on the drive, and they finish it up with a 3-yard scoring toss. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. They'll start this drive down by a touchdown, trailing 10-3. They stop him just a link or 2 short of the first, and man, what they can do on 2nd down here.
Well, this offense knew coming into this game they wanted to try to attack the middle of the field in the passing game, and they're able to execute the end route there.
And the Gamecocks come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. He'll do it himself. And he's got enough for the 1st down. It'll be at the 35.
And I love that decision by this quarterback. No monkeying around, man. Get to the spot, get the 1st down, lower your shoulder. I don't need a big play. I just want another set of downs. Nice job running the option, knowing where the 1st down marker is.
Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. On the move. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Motion from the wide receiver. To the air, it's Sellers. Gonna try to get it himself. Stopped at the 47 after a 10-yard gain.
Sometimes these guys just have eyes in the back of their head. You saw it right there. He was able to buy himself time, get outside the pocket, and at that point, I think the decision was pretty easy. Hey, I can go get this with my feet. And he was able to do that. Now they got a fresh set of downs.
The Gamecocks are marching down the field. Looks as if he's going to run it. And he didn't have a whole lot of operating room after the juke. Not much room to run.
Great offenses always stay ahead of the chains. That run right there, now you're in a good position. It's not second and long. It's not third and long. Now as the whole playbook's open, the defense really has to honor run and pass on the next snap.
And here comes the offense on second down. Motion from the wideout. From the gun, the ground game. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And it's a great play by the defensive end. The most athletic players on the field play defensive end. Yes, you heard me, Jess, Reese, exactly what I said. Great get off, great job getting the backfield, making the play.
A big third down coming, and hotty-toddy, gosh almighty, this crowd is... He's going to let one fly down the middle. And trying to put points on the board on third down. Now they're staring at fourth down.
Well, you see them there taking the shot. I think the thought process is look, we've had so much success early in this game running the football. Let's see if we can now take advantage of the defense throwing the ball over their heads. They're going to be expecting run. Safeties and linebackers are all going to be playing downhill trying to stop that. If we get the one-on-one opportunities to the outside, we have got to take shots. That one fell incomplete, but they should keep trying this as the game goes on.
Looking to throw on first down. And he just overshot his man and threw it out of bounds, incomplete. Backed up now, here's second and long. They'll run play action. Throwing right. Pulls it in. Turning it on. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. After that last big gainer, they'll put it in play. 1st and 10 from their own 49. Give to the running back. And he was greeted by a host of defenders and barely gets it back to the line of scrimmage.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys and staying in your gaps, everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Got a man. It's Stribling. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
I mean, getting suffocated right away. How about the DB? Just seeing that initially, pulling the trigger, getting to him, get him on the ground, get the tackle for a loss.
Now facing a 3rd and long. The play action fake. Stands in and takes the hit. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down.
Oh, you know what time it is when the defense gets that stop on 3rd down. Fist up in the air. Nice job getting to the quarterback, putting some pressure on him, hitting him, forcing the incompletion. 4th down, baby.
And nobody able to handle that punt. They'll let it bounce and roll out of bounds. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
I love defenses that can tackle the catch. Right away, you're not giving up any yak. As soon as that player has the ball, he goes down now.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Looking for a man. It's Sellers. Those two failed to make the connection. It's an incomplete pass. Third down conversion's always a huge stat, and they've got a 3rd and long from the 27. From the gun, wants to pass. Got his man downfield. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line.
See, I like this tight end because he's not just running flat routes and little stick routes and drags. This guy can get vertically down the field. He showed you his speed there running the crosser.
And the Gamecocks getting set on 1st and 10. Quick handoff. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So then getting that big chunk, getting in 2nd and short, not a good job by this defense.
They'll try the run. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
And this offense is clicking, everything's moving, and the guy carrying the football, I mean, he is carrying the rock. Like, this is a guy he's setting this tone for this game, creating some balance on this offense. This offense is going to be a handful.
Yeah, David, I'd love to sit here and say, well, the offensive coordinator is just one step ahead of his counterpart across the field. That's not it. Right now, his offensive line is establishing the line of scrimmage, and you mentioned the back. He right now is running with authority on this drive. That's the danger as a defense when you play man coverage, is that if the quarterback decides to scramble, there may not be anybody there to make a tackle right away. You obviously want to take care of everything on the back end, and with these receivers, you got to get them locked down. But if you're the D coordinator here, you got to be more selective with your coverage and mix it up, because man coverage against a scrambling quarterback can hurt you.
Worked it down to the 22-yard line, give him 5 on the carry.
And after a successful run like that on first down, if you're the offensive coordinator here, maybe you're thinking about being aggressive and potentially taking a shot, because even if it's incomplete now on 2nd, you only have a short amount of yards to go here on 3rd.
The Gamecocks with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Able to move it ahead a couple of yards. He gets it down to the 20.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Quick pass on the jet motion. Makes one man miss. That'll be enough for a first down, and they've got it at the 16-yard line.
Just went with something very easy, very reliable, flipping forward, let your receiver do the rest. I only got to get a few yards. Nice job, nice execution. First down.
Finally, this offense starting to show a little juice. They've got a 1st and 10. Quarterback on the keeper. Powers through. He almost punched it in for 6. They'll get him down at the 1-yard line.
This is an offense that can move the sticks in a whole lot of different ways. Now you're seeing it on the option here. Great job by the quarterback. Reading the defense, there's nobody there taking him, so he puts his foot in the ground, he gets upfield, and he's got really nice elusiveness once he's out.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, South Carolina.
This has been a back-and-forth battle with a lot of football left to go. Really nice job executing on that rushing touchdown. If they get this extra point, this thing is all tied up.
The extra point here would tie the game. And he did get that extra point through the slippery surface, no problem. They marched 72 yards, and they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And he takes this from inside the 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They take over late and have enough time to put together a drive. And that one goes incomplete, but there is a penalty flag, and they might have gotten him for OPI. We've got pass interference, but this time it's on the offense. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. With the catch, it's dribbling. Snowed under right at the line of scrimmage for no gain on the play.
And what a job by the defense, seeing the quarterback throw the football, break on the football, no space allowed. As soon as he catches it, defender meet ball carrier and gets him on the ground.
They'll line up for a second down play. Caught in the backfield, it's dribbling. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down.
I love this defense's ability to fight off blocks and rally to the football. They do such a great job pursuing that wide receiver screen to only allow a minimal gain and no first down.
Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. And the Rebels will bring the punt team onto the field. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. So from his own end zone, the punt is away. Boy, that seemed to be prime return territory, but instead he'll set the offense up with great field position. Dropping back, it's Sellers. Fires to the middle. Oh, he drops the football. He had him right down the gut of the field. Instead, it'll be second down.
And in this weather, man, you start to see more of this. You try to throw the ball harder to penetrate it through the weather and get it to your target, but just catching a football that's a little bit slippery sometimes, you'll see some of those drops, and it's just part of the game.
Second and 10, he'll throw again. Snagged in the middle, it's Harbor. Caught, and he's close to a first down on the nice pickup there.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
The Land Sharks circling. Crowd getting this defense whipped up on third down. They'll try to get it through the air. Pressure coming. Got a little space. Breaks into the open. They'll immediately call timeout.
And on the third play of the drive, third down, it's the scrambling ability of this quarterback that goes and picks up the first down. He was so calm back there. He never got flustered. Nobody open, no problem. If you give this guy 1 yard to run, he's going to tuck it and take off, and that's exactly what happened there.
They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Thanks, guys. A memorable first half of football so far today at Oxford. And talk about a good competitive game so far. Not saying this has been the best first half we've seen in the history of these two programs, but they've matched each other's intensity, and the result has been a very evenly played game. Fascinating to see how the rest of this one plays out. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Vaught Hemingway.
The Rebels will line up to kick off and start the second half. From inside the 10, here he comes. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. And points have been hard to come by in this one. They'll try to put together a drive. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
Well, it's a nice job by the defender. They're closing the gap with the wide receiver. They're going to complete the hitch pass, but he's able to run right up on him, get him to the ground for a minimal gain.
And now on second down for this offense. To throw, it's Sellers. He's going for a big play downfield. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on second down. Now it's third down.
Got to give this defense credit, man. They've been so good in the back end in coverage. They basically gave nothing away in the first half. And here they are in the second half defending a deep ball.
Facing a third down and short from the 26. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the wideout. That's caught. It's Bennett. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with the first down.
QBs, when they see these zone coverages, man, some of them panic. Some of them throw it too quickly and can make bad decisions. I like how he waited a little bit, waited for the right window, the right opportunity. There's always going to be holes in zones. I just got to be a little bit patient.
They'll run it from the gun. And he's able to shed one tackle, but still, just a very short gain.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Quick touch pass to the receiver. Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
I love the idea, and I love just finding ways to get your best players out in the open field. This pre-snap motion and using it to their advantage on that last play, I think that was a nice call.
And the Gamecocks are on the move. He'll keep it himself. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
I hate being that guy to say just take a dive, don't take a hit. But when the play is going absolutely nowhere, you might think about it.
First, do no harm, right? And you've already been harmed, so just don't make it worse.
Don't take those big shots unless you know it's for an important situation. Goal line, 3rd down, touchdown.
Throws to the wideout. Got it in the middle. It's Harbor. They just gashed the defense on that one, and they've got it down to the 23. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Gamecocks come to the line with a new set of downs. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. They make the stop, but you can't give up 4 yards a chunk on the ground down in this area of the field. It's at the 18. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Caught close to the marker, it's Brown. That completion gets them inside the 10, and the defense is running out of room to defend.
Love the play call on the RPO. That time the defender bites on the run fake, and that opens up the window for the slant coming in behind it. Nice job.
And the Gamecocks have it with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
We've seen this guy have tons of success. He had over 100 yards right before that run, but defense gets the better of him there. Nice job of adjusting up front. Good job being physical by that D-line, too.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?
In the offense, they don't choose to go downhill, be physical. They try to get it on the perimeter. Stay away from some of those defensive linemen, but you can tell DBs, linebackers, not scared. Nice job playing fast, trusting their eyes, and forcing the 3rd down.
It's 3rd and goal and a long way from the end zone. Dropping back, it's Sellers. Pocket breaking down. And on 4th down, they'll try to salvage the drive with a field goal. And he'll try to knock it through from 33 yards out. Absolutely perfect. And with that field goal, they now have the lead.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
So after the made field goal, they'll kick it away and rely on their defense. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
You know, tight ends are such matchup nightmares and problems for defense. They're too big for DBs to cover, and they're too fast for linebackers to cover. You saw it right there.
So now it's 2nd and long. Caught in the backfield. It's dribbling. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the first down. Wow, this offense is just stuck in the mud. They've already punted 4 times, and it's 3rd down now. They'll try to get the first through the air. Caught near the sticks. It's dribbling. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot it at the 37.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that 3rd down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Grabbed in the backfield, it's Taylor. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
Love the play by the defense. They just did a good job understanding where the running back was on that play. After the catch, they're able to make the tackle right away, and now they've set up 3rd down.
It'll be 3rd and long. They'll move the wide receiver. Keeps it on the bootleg, looking to throw. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
And here's what I like about that, man. That feels like an instinctive play. Like this guy almost knew it was coming. You know, most of the time on a bootleg, they want to show you the run first, but he wasn't buying it, went right to the quarterback, saw it, and made the big sack.
And the Rebels will call on their punt team. This will be the 5th kick of the night. Another punt on the way. Got to make sure those hammies and glutes all activated. Don't want any muscle pulls from overuse. And he'll work his way on the return out to the 35-yard line before he stopped. Out of the gun, the running back has it. Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
The Gamecocks can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. They'll try to get the edge with the toss play here. Just broke the tackle and still on his feet. And he gets a big chunk of yardage to the 34-yard line.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
Looking to pass, it's Sellers. Fires to the big fella. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the 1st down. Now, Lenoris Sellers was sensational down the stretch last season when the Gamecocks won 6 of 7 games. Sellers threw 18 touchdowns, only 3 picks. What would you like to see from him, David, for the Gamecocks to become a force in the SEC?
It's not running, Reese. Like, we saw the physicality in the big runs, like, throughout the season, especially against Clemson ending the season last year. But to me, it's the passing game. It's the staying on schedule. It's knowing his answers and making the easy play sometimes. Continue to evolve as a passer with that big, strong body, and you better look out, college football.
And the Gamecocks can really attack on this 2nd and short. Wants to go up top. Looking to buy time. Headed to the end zone. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Gamecocks. The offense flexes its muscle a bit and widens the gap.
Take a little exhale. You know, you did your job. You got points. Now you put your defense in a position where, hey, go out and get another stop. We're in great shape. So the offense definitely taking care of their business.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they finished it with a beautiful 15-yard run for the score. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. Finds just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. After 3 consecutive punts, we'll see if they can dial up something that can get this offense moving forward. And the DB forcing the incomplete pass with the deflection.
Well, the best thing that's happened so far in this game for this offense has been looking this guy's way and giving him a shot. He has their only touchdown in this game, so they're trying to take another shot down the field. Good job in coverage defensively. You've got to be aware of where this guy is because right now, he's been their biggest playmaker.
Off the play fake. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there, so instead of throwing it away, getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
The Rebels come to the line needing just inches for the first down. He'll pull it on the read. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
Well, the defense did a pretty good job that time on the option play of having someone dedicating themselves to the quarterback to get him down. Not enough to stop the offense from picking up the first down, though. The defense really needs to be keyed in on this because they're going to see this option play more and more as this game goes on.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. That one never had a chance. Incomplete. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Got it behind the line. It's Lee.
On defense, man, it helps you a lot when you can be a linebacker or a corner or safety, anybody, and you see the QB throw the football. Now I can break on the football right away and limit gains like right here on this play.
He'll do it himself. Picks up the first down. And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down.
And how about that play call on 3rd and long? Probably everybody thinking pass in the building. They run the option, and the QB makes the good read. Look, nobody's got me. Nobody takes me. I'll take it. I'll get the first down. Nice play call on 3rd and long.
The give is to Taylor. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground. That is a baller.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Now the play fake. Caught over the middle. It's Stribling. Defense makes the tackle, and that will probably be the final play of the 3rd quarter. And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up for this 3rd down play. Quarterback on the keeper. Oh, Oh, the ball popped out. That's a way to mess up a drive. And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover.
You know, oftentimes when you're playing in conditions like this and it's raining, you'll see a lot of the skill players offensively take off the gloves because they want to be able to feel the football. They think it gives them better control of it. And I don't know if that played into the football going on the ground there, but you know that ball security is going to be one of the biggest factors in this game moving forward.
And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. Wide receiver going in motion. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Finds his tight end. He'll step out of bounds right at the 35-yard line, and maybe they've got something cooking.
And if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? This is what got this team in this position to win this game. Aggressive offense, taking shots. Here we are in the fourth quarter. They've got the lead. Why stop now?
They'll snap it on first down from the 35. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. They go right back to it. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And that's 2 really good plays in a row by this defense. So you've come up big, you've forced a third down. One more big stop now. I can get him to punt the football, give my offense a chance to go down the field and to score some points.
A big third down coming, and hotty toddy, gosh almighty, this crowd is ready. Bring in the heat. The Gamecocks will line up to punt it away. Makes the signal, secures the fair catch, and they'll put it in play at the 37. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. They're in a precarious spot here, that lofty perch in the ranking. Oh, he's got some space. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
The defense has got to do a better job with assignment football. Somebody has to be accounting for the quarterback on these run plays. You know you're going to see it. You've seen it on film. The option play, nobody home. He just takes off. That's an easy first down pickup for the offense. Moving forward now, the defense, they've got to settle in, and they've got to start playing better when it comes to assignment football.
Grab behind the line. It's Lee. And they pick up just a few on that completion. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Grab behind the line. It's dribbling. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short game there.
Screen pass just not working there. And you figure at this point of the game, trailing, you're going to have to be more aggressive and take some shots. You usually run screen passes when you think there's going to be a blitz. But because the defense has the lead, they're just sitting back and playing big zones.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Pulls it in. It's Lee. They knew the line they had to defend, had to keep him from getting to the 30, and they do it and force a 4th down. And after that short completion, what will they do now? Just a few inches to go.
Yeah, and you wanted to get the ball out quick, and you wanted your receiver to make the play for you and get the first down. You don't now. Decision time, 4th and short.
He'll keep it himself. Finds a crease at the 20. The chains will move, and they'll have 1st and 10 from inside the red zone at the 18. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Rebels are moving quickly down the field. Gives it to the back on the draw. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman.
Man, the defense was in there in such a hurry. They didn't even let that draw develop. Got to him so quick.
You know, the draw play has to look like a pass and not look like you're faking a pass. And I think there, it was pretty evident they were trying to run the draw. Back to pass, it's Simmons. Here's a heat. And the rush will get to him at the 25.
You know, I'd be worried right now if I were this head coach. I've already had my starting quarterback knocked out of the game. I'm watching my backup quarterback now get ragdolled around as well. What can we do to protect him and give ourselves a chance to win this game?
The defense all revved up after that earlier sack, and they'll try to stop him right here. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are, you're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now if you're the play caller, certainly if you're the quarterback, that you're going to have time to throw.
And it's no good. He missed it. Guys, that field goal could loom large. Missing an opportunity to get within a touchdown. We're still sitting on a 10-point game. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. They'll have another opportunity to extend this lead after punting last time, David.
And it's important to put that punt behind you. It's over. Let it go. Get back to what you were doing that built this lead, though.
Yeah, and defense, obviously, they won a few downs that last drive, so we got to put them on their heels here. Maybe mix up a few personnel groupings and try to show them some pictures they haven't seen yet.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Looking to fire. Got a man. It's Brown. He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the 1st down. Good, solid pickup on that play.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in a game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
The Land Sharks circling. Crowd getting this defense whipped up on 3rd down. He'll pull it on the read. They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense.
That's got to hurt if you're the offense, because you're thinking with this quarterback and his size and his athleticism, that's going to be an easy 1st down pickup on the option play. But how about the physicality up front by this defense, stuffing him at the line of scrimmage?
They booted away on 4th down. Waves the arm for the fair catch, and the catch is made close to the 30-yard line. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. This certainly hasn't been their best day, but there's no time for mistakes now. They have to execute if they want to snatch this thing from the fire.
Man, who says you can't run up the middle anymore, right? Everybody thinks, I got to make big plays. I got to go way out to the left, way out to the right, way out in space. Nope, right down the middle, nice blocking. How about the running back? You could tell the speed, the wheels, does a great job getting down the field, making a huge rushing play.
They're going to go right back to him on 1st down.
And after that run, getting right back up to the line of scrimmage to go hurry up, defense has to be ready.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Back to pass. There's the pressure. He just got rid of that one to save the down. Didn't see anything he liked.
And that is a good example of how pressure on the quarterback affects him later in the game. This guy's been popped a couple of times, but because he's not able to step into throws, balls start sailing. They don't go exactly where he wants them to go, and you're creating incompletions.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Lost one deep down the right side. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the fourth quarter. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He's got it, first down and more. Good pickup there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41.
This defense better not blink. I know they've got a lead here in the fourth quarter, but just look at who they're going against. This quarterback is one of the best in the nation. They cannot rest on their laurels. Someone's going to have to make a play.
The Rebels have their offense in high gear. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. He stops him at the 31, but not before. He picks up 10 yards on the play.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big gain.
Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. Right back to the well. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Well, you love to see that from the defense, right? It's like bend, don't break. They've given up a bunch of plays on this drive, but now that they're getting down close to field goal range, you're seeing them start to stiffen up there.
Yeah, and plays don't matter anymore. Yards don't matter. All that matters with these defenses nowadays is points and limiting them.
Off play action. Grabbed in the middle, it's Wallace. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains.
Well, down 2 possessions. Good news is you get the completion. Bad news, though, did not get out of bounds. You know right now, saving the clock, that is at a premium for this offense.
And the Rebels will snap it on 1st and 10. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Leaves it with the back. Noses his way forward, maybe gets one. They'll mark it at the 18.
And that run really didn't go anywhere, and a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
They'll keep it on the ground. Picked up maybe a yard. It's down at the 16. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He's got it and still on his feet. They make the stop at the 5-yard line, but they've got it 1st and goal. They absolutely had to have that 3rd down to keep any glimmer of hope alive.
And defensively, that's exactly what I want. Make you get the 3rd down. The clock is your enemy. Multiple possession lead. That is right where I want this offense.
He'll set up to throw. Under fire. Dances away to buy time. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Rebels! That big score makes the end of this game very interesting.
No doubt the offense got what they needed. More work to do, but you had to get this part accomplished first.
On to attempt the try. And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. And they punctuated it with a 5-yard touchdown run. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. They want that clock to run. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible.
The defense, obviously, at this point is trailing. They need to get the football back. They're expecting run. They know the offense is going to try and bleed the clock, so you've got to be good at the point of attack. They were right there. They gave up nothing on that run.
Rumbles ahead for a pickup of 5 to the 29. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. A big third down coming, and hotty-toddy, gosh almighty, this crowd is ready. Back to throw, it's Sellers. Unloads to the wideout. Grabbed over the middle, it's Brown. They got him free for a big gainer to the 43. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. To the air on first down. Fires to the wideout. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
The give to the tailback. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
That's how you come up and make plays as a defense, man. Playing physical, playing downhill. They've given up some plays today, man. He's got over 100 yards on the day. He's really had some success on that play. Really downhill, really physical, and a nice job getting him to the ground.
What a big play this one could be. Tight game, getting late, third and long coming up. From the gun, wants to pass. Heaves it on the run. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
Third and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, fourth down.
And the Gamecocks decide to punt it away. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. Signal goes into the air, and he makes the fair catch at the 10. Opening play of this drive comes from the 11. He'll start this drive going to the air. With the catch, it's dribbling. Brought down at the 21, but a really big play there to pick up 10.
And you've created some great momentum, getting the stop, forcing the punt, now getting it back to your offense. Your offense starting to get in a groove. Late in the game, you need some big plays.
You just wonder how much panic there is right now on the defensive side of the football, too, because of what you just said, David. They can feel and sense the momentum leaving them right now with the lead. So someone defensively better step up here soon and make a play. Listen, guys, final 2 minutes of this game, you've got to throw. You've got to be able to pick out wide receivers one-on-one that are going to make a play. I love running the football, but now is not the time. You need points to win.
Full wide out set, two on either side on 2nd and 10. He wants a big play here late. Makes the catch down the right side. Running free. Touchdown, Ole Miss. And with that, they move out front here in the fourth.
Who can you count on those big moments? Who can make those big plays? Who do you trust? And they trust the receiver to run a go and to run right by the DB. He makes the play, breaks the tie, takes the lead for this football team.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. And the score comes with a quick strike up top covering 79 yards. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Looking to throw, it's Sellers. Throws to the wideout. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
Hey, listen, it's hard for an offense. When you're trailing late in the game, you've got to throw to get back in. The defense already knows it anyway. On top of that, You've got this weather that you have to deal with. These conditions are not conducive to playing pitch and catch. This is a big uphill battle for this offense.
Looking up top, and time is of the essence. Finds the tight end. At the 35, he's loose. All the way out to the 38-yard line. It's a gain of 15. They'll use a timeout here. You have to be certain at this point in the game. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all right after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to put it at push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
The offense uses a timeout, 20 ticks remaining. The Gamecocks have it with a 1st and 10. He'll try to pop the draw. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few. Timeout is called by the offense, 16 seconds left in the game. And the Gamecocks in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Wants to go up top. Unloads to the wideout. It's caught. The chunk plays that they love, and he takes it all the way down to the 10.
At the 10-yard line. And that's a 1st down for the offense.
Gotta find a completion on this one. Fires into the end zone. And it's incomplete, and the last chance comes up empty, and the ball game is over.